Welcome back to A Link to the Past. Note this is post-com, because, for one thing, I do not want to go through Skeleton Forest ever again.
How long is this again?
Less than 2 hours. It just covers 3 dungeons. Obviously, you can tell where the problem lies. It's in Skeleton Forest.
Yeah. I got lost once or twice in Misery Mire, but it was Skeleton Woods that officially tripped me up. But even then, I was still able to get through there.
Well, the thing is, I eventually got through, but now before having to take a few detours, such as going back to the potion shop and grabbing some supplies. Speaking of supplies, might want to get rid of that good beast, as I'm barely going to use it. Yeah, why have a B when you can have a 1-up? Set it free.
Very true. Very true. And you don't even use the gold bee anyway.
Well, set it free. Oh, well, actually, it does get a little bit of use right here. Just as a demonstration.
Yes, the golden bee is loyal to you and will attack everything on screen. But if you have it out for too long, it will leave. So you have to constantly catch it again.
Yep. Yes, and of course, welcome to the Dark World.
Yes, here we are.
The former Sacred Realm. Not quite so sacred anymore.
I would almost call it an unsacred hellgate.
Oy. Did you really have to go with the Devil May Cry 3 reference?
I like 3.
I did. I didn't play it much, but what I've seen, I liked it. Then again, I'm never as good. I will never be as good at Devil May Cry as he is.
As Moby?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't S rank, but I can certainly beat Dante Must Die mode.
Really?
It just takes a while. And a few deaths.
Huh. I see. Yeah, this is where the potion shop would normally be. Here it's just a regular shop. They sell... What do they sell? Potion, shield, and bombs.
Missing rope.
Missing oil, too. But what we weren't missing was ambushes. Oh yeah, note people, I do have quite a substantial amount of Skyward Sword recorded. Up to roughly about 15 sessions. Actually 17 now. And trust me, as we go through the game, there'll be less of the backtracking and stuff.
Because more or less you'll start phasing it off camera.
Yes. So please, be patient and bear with me. Part 5, which we did a preview of yesterday, it's gonna be hell. Well, basically because I couldn't figure out a simple mechanic.
That being?
The fact you could roll bombs.
Oh, jeez, here he goes again.
Oh well. But hey, at least out of it, we got a third battle out of it. I guess if that's not productivity, I don't know what is. And of course, let's not forget, I've been doing pretty much the whole game blind so far, with one or two exceptions. Okay. Oh, hello. Yes, those stones will come alive. Curses to anyone who throws something to my circle of stones.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah, why not? We just ignore what the signs say anyway. It's a catfish.
Big fish.
Well, Link's like, I'm used to big fish. I mean, my predecessor had to deal with a big fish.
Oh yes, Adam, do you still have that link to the novelization I sent you?
I believe so, yes.
Yes, because, Magus, I I forget the I forget the numericals for them. Hang on a second.
X1. I don't know. It sounds similar.
Magus 523.
523.
Did quite a few very impressive novelizations of various NES and Super NES era games. Among them, Zelda 3. We'll leave a link into the video for people who want to check it out. It's actually very interesting.
And no, said person was the same person who did that Super Metroid novelization that we kind of referenced in LRM.
Mm.
And in our own Super Metroid run that is pretty much defunct now, because I don't know if I'll be going back to Super Metroid.
Yeah, that was kind of a one-time thing.
Then again, Moby's got Super Metroid covered. Even if he did have to insult me by doing so, but I want, water under the bridge.
Oh, don't take it so hard.
I know, water under the bridge.
Hmm.
Besides, it was back in the past.
Speaking of the past.
Well, of course, it's a link to the past. In more ways than one, actually, considering that this game is a link to, well, the past game in the timeline.
Yes, this is part of the Hero of Time Fails timeline, as I mentioned before. This is the third split. This is where if you, the player, suck.
Too bad, you know, it would have been more epic if Ocarina of Time did include a bad ending.
Well,
it would have made more sense if they included it in the Ocarina of Time 3D. Oh well, they didn't.
Even when OOT 3D had come out, they hadn't yet fully finalized the timeline.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Because up until Hyrule Historia was released, everyone assumed it was two timelines, the adult and child timelines. And most people put the NES and Super NES era games into the child timeline.
But then Nintendo pulled a hat trick.
As iffy as it is, it
It does. So
I mean, how many game series have a situation where you can canonically consider yourself as having failed?
I don't know. Probably Dragon Guard, maybe, considering considering how Nier began, sorta. Considering that I believe one of the endings in one of the Dragon Guard games corresponds to Nier.
Hmm.
I think it was actually the good ending.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Cavia hates happy endings with the burning intensity of 1,000,000 nuclear-powered Hellravens.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, considering, not to mention they also like to pull Deus Ex Machinas out of their asses.
More like Diabolus Ex Machina, devil out of the machine.
Well, considering...
When it works in the villain's favor, it's called the Diabolus Ex Machina.
In the hero side, debatable. I mean, dead aim anyone? I'm still not gonna live that down. How the hell did he get from from a sea lab all the way to the surface when there wasn't even a submersible pod in the pod bay to begin with? Not to mention that the fact that they were blocked by a ginormous blob that he just shot to death. Oh yeah, not to mention the missile silo was locked.
This tree shows up in the Nintendo Power comic.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I was referencing the comic several times in the previous video, as well as our previous take on this part. I still forget the name of that archer who kind of joins Link midway through his quest. But he was the one who wielded the silver arrows.
Yeah, some no-rep NPC manages to get the drop on Ganon.
Kind of demoralizing for poor old Link here. Oh well. Although as a whole, I actually enjoyed the comic more than the game itself.
Nintendo Power had good writing back then.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty then. Well, basically, in order to get into the Palace of Darkness, you need to, well, escort a monkey to the palace. No, people, I am not making this up. If you look very closely, there you go.
Yep. A lot more useful in a novelization.
Yep. So yeah, and of course you gotta pay him 10 rupees.
They'll just follow you around.
Uh-huh. However, I think if you do take a hit, he won't follow you. Yep. It's sure you gotta clear the way of monsters before Kiki can follow you. Fortunately, you can always resummon him. Of course, you'll still have to pay him 10 rupees. Well, just because of downside, I might as well mention some stuff that isn't really spoilerific about Skyward Sword.
Hmm?
It's actually about Laneru's lightning round. The boss, yeah, the Thunder Dragon's lightning round. That's the boss rush. You have. Oh yeah, welcome to the Palace of Darkness, by the way. Level 1. Oh yeah, basically the lightning round. Oh hi, Homosaur. The lightning round pretty much consists of where you get to choose your first opponent from either the beginning of your journey, in the middle of your journey, or near the end of your journey. And on hero mode, which is unlocked by beating the game once, you get to pretty much challenge any boss right off the bat. Even the final boss.
Meaning you can get the bugger out of the way fast.
True, but it's only a boss rush. And oddly enough, even on hero mode, he only takes away 2 hearts a hit.
And here Adam tries desperately to use to transform anti-fairies with magic powder.
And it worked. In Skeleton Forest, it kind of backfires on me.
Because you spam it.
Anyway, about the lightning round, you choose your first opponent. Every time you beat an opponent for a refight for the first time, every time you do it for the first time, you get 50 rupees. However, to get more rupees later on, when you challenge them again, you have to beat your own best time.
Ooh, not good.
Yeah, basically it turns from a boss rush to a boss rush mixed with a time trial.
More like a time attack.
Time attack, yeah. But anyway, the further you go, the better the reward. If you beat 4 bosses in a row without dying, and of course if you die, game over. And I do mean game over.
As in Lanayru is not going to drag your sorry hide out of there. He's just going to leave you to rot.
Yes. If you manage to beat 4 bosses in a row, you can choose to quit and get a piece of heart. However, if you fight onward and beat 8 bosses in a row, you get the Hylian Shield.
Unbreakable.
And unfortunately, it's not a Bruce Willis film. Considering that film was rather bleh.
It was an interesting concept, but interesting concepts do not always a good movie make.
Yeah, they call me Mr. Glass. Sorry, not even Sam L could save that movie.
Sammy J only goes so far. If your premise sucks, not even he can save you.
Even though he did sort of help episodes 1, 2, and 3 save face.
True, there was one thing that Sam actually made George Lucas promise him was, I know I'm going to get killed eventually. I want to fight before that happens.
And he got one.
Yeah, he made Lucas promise him a fight scene.
And he did get one. 2, in fact. In episode 2 and 3.
Yeah, he did technically nearly take out Sidious.
Uh-huh.
Even though, if you ask me, Sidious was playing possum.
Yeah, it was a test. He was testing Anakin. That being said, I think Episode 3 redeemed the prequel trilogy. It was actually good. Although there was one part of it I will never forgive.
What?
Vader's scream. No!
He actually, according to Lucas, he actually attempted to kill Sidious at that point, but the loss of his limbs had knocked his midichlorian count below Sidious, so he couldn't.
Oh. Ouch.
Yeah. When he lost all of his limbs, he lost a huge chunk of his midichlorian count, so he was actually technically weaker than Palpatine at that point.
And I think in the Chinese dub, the Chinese translation, when you put the subtitles on, I think it said that the very infamous quote. I think you know what quote I'm referring to.
I'm not sure.
Do not want.
Seriously?
Yes. Why does he think I sometimes say "do not want"? There's a video of it on YouTube somewhere. You'll have to see it for yourself.
If you can't put a word to it that's appropriate, just go with an inarticulate scream of rage.
No, it wasn't a dub. It was like Chinese subtitles. I think it was.
Somebody was being a troll.
I don't know. I forget which it was, but even so, the fact remains, it's still translated to "do not want." Ooh, and we got a key. We got a small key to go with the big key.
Hmm?
There actually is a pretty cool album based on the Ocarina of Time from the team Zelda Reorchestrated. Basically, they pretty much redid the soundtrack to OOT with a few extra tracks. Namely, they even did rearranges of Link to the Past tracks. And this track is one of them. It's listed as an alternative track for the Shadow Temple.
Ah. Did they put back in the chanting for the Fire Temple?
I believe so.
Epic.
I'm pretty sure they did, yeah. And obviously they retooled Serenade of Water to sound like the Twilight Princess version.
Also, another thing. In my favorites, the original track for the Fire Temple with the Islamic chanting. It's in there somewhere. Unless the video got taken down for some reason.
Who knows? But yeah, well, yeah, there was a lot of things that were kind of censored in Ocarina of Time. Not only the Fire Temple chants, but also the doors in the Fire Temple.
In fact, the Gerudo insignia used to be the Muslim crescent star.
Yeah, that too.
And then they changed it to that weird symbol, which actually kind of works.
I don't remember that symbol, but I think when I first played Ocarina of Time, it was indeed the crescent moon.
Yeah, the crescent moon and star. But for the subsequent re-releases, they used a different symbol on the Master Quest and the GameCube and the Anniversary Collection disc.
Jeez. Well, I guess if they went to that effort of re-scripting the game to fit with the GameCube controls, I suppose it fits. Oh, I guess they were able to do that and yet not give the game a facelift. Minor edits.
Wait, what?
Minor edits. When they could have retooled the game, from the ground up. Oh well, I guess they were lacking manpower or something.
They probably didn't have the funds.
And yet they remade it for the 3DS.
I'm still kind of pissed off at that fake trailer for Majora's Mask on the Wii U.
I know. Speaking of the Wii U, I think they're releasing Resident Evil Revelations for the Wii U. I don't know.
Is that so?
I know it's a rumor, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Rumor or otherwise. Yeah, this dungeon's very basic. Of course, it's the first Dark World dungeon. They get much more complex. Culminating in a humongous tower on Death Mountain.
Yes, Ganon's tower.
Oh, somebody's messaging me. Oh, okay. Oh, it's Alex. Messaging me I was wrong in part 1 about about what came out of Orpheus. Yeah, I know. I know, Alex. It was death.
Specifically Thanatos.
Well, yeah. But even so, it still fit. Oh well. Yeah,
you do realize that I call Castlevania Death Thanatos for a reason, right?
Of course, he's the Grim Reaper.
The god of death.
And death is a divine being in the Castlevania series.
Yes, I mean it's all but outright stated that he is Thanatos, the Greek god of death.
Mm-hmm.
Same skeletal imagery.
And yet you hated his design and Judgment.
Cause he looked like a friggin' reject from Bleach.
Well, blame the artist. Okay. Okay, how are we gonna take out these guys? Arrows won't work. Gotta use bombs. Whoops. There we go. That worked. Oh. Well, since it wasn't able to be mentioned in Skyward Sword, I might as well mention it now. Eternal Darkness will get finished.
Yes, Zero finally gave up.
It's due to circumstances beyond his control.
Well, it's been circumstances beyond his control for a while now. He's just been very stubborn about it. I admire that, but you gotta know when to say when.
Exactly.
And kudos to his little sister for showing him the light. I say this with all due respect, Zero. You have been hanging on for a long time. But I think Adam suggested Selby for the rest of the Uliouth run.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so yeah, Selby, if you're seeing this, let us know.
Yeah, oh, sorry. Speaking of which, I want to see if he's, Nope, he's not on Skype right now. But I will mention to it next chance I get. Yes, an arrow to the eye opens the way. Hey, at least it's not an arrow to the knee.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I picked up a heavy bounty and had to pay it off by joining the town guard.
Okay. I don't know the whole meaning behind the joke, but
it's a line that the town guards in Skyrim frequently use as why they're not out there killing crap with you. I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee, and it's in the knee, not to the knee. Everyone gets that wrong.
Oh well, it's still the fact that it is wrong that makes it funny.
Kind of with Glide on that, it's overdone.
I still can't help but see her freak out about that. It's her berserk, but speaking of which, nothing but respect for you, Katie, right now. What, your mom again? Yeah, I kind of hear her.
Yeah, it's Ma. She's hollering across the house because my dad's taking a break after he did some yard work.
But yeah...
It is friggin' blistering down here. Like, 100 plus temperatures for the whole friggin' week.
But yeah, in regards to Katie, nothing but the biggest respect for you right now. Yeah,
we kid because we love.
Oh, King Helmasaur! Hello. Fireball. Very easy to dodge. Whoa. Ow. And oddly enough, you can actually still hit him when he's unarmored with the hammer. But of course, you'll have to take some damage. Okay. Whoa. Ow. Wow, 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 wow.
Dead.
And revived. Yeah, for some reason I get this crazy idea trying to hit it with the hammer. And it worked! But, well, that shortened his lifespan down considerably.
Yeah, the hammer hits him quite hard.
Right, and
wait till you see what Bo does. He uses the ice rod and cheese balls a couple of bosses. That's what Bo is good at. He's good at breaking games.
Well, I like to play straight shooter. Because as fun as it is to break the game and kind of sequence break, sometimes it comes back to bite you in the ass.
Well, only if you don't know what the hell you're doing. That's why even Nintendo themselves, when they're talking to Metroid fans, don't sequence break unless you know what you're doing. Because low percent runs are not for casuals.
Then again, even though it's not a Nintendo game, I did sort of manage to beat Kingdom Hearts RE Chain of Memories with Riku. I'm proud. On a low level.
I give you kudos on that one.
Then again, I did spam a game-breaking mechanic to death. I mean, if you're going to have that mechanic, don't make it abusable. I'm referring to the duel system. Yes, I understand. And the way to here will lead to the Triforce. And now, everyone else's location is marked on the map. Alright, well, that's one dungeon down. But roughly 7 or 8 to go. Well, let's see. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 dungeons left to go. Wow, wow.
Wah, wah, wah. Okay.
I'm gonna save and quit. Alright.
Yes, to cheat.
Well, of course, if the game allows it. And besides, we don't have the ocarina yet. Yep. We gotta go down there. Where we got a piece of heart earlier. Unfortunately, every time you restart the game, you don't start off with full health. It's annoying.
Yeah, you didn't get that until the N64 era.
Yeah, I mean, even in Zelda 1, I believe. In Zelda 1, you start off with...
Oh, speaking of, like, the entire Zelda series, I found 2 really awesome DA pics. A guy that shows off all of the shields and all of the swords of the series thus far.
Ah.
It's very awesome. Yeah, I'll show it to you when we're done here.
Speaking of shields, I mentioned this before, but you know, I know you criticize me for being conservative and stuff in a Zelda game. But then again, considering how expensive shields are in Skyward Sword, it's very counterproductive to actually use them more often, you know?
Well, if you're gonna have any hope of ending a fight quick, you need the shield attack.
True. Oh, piece of heart.
Now, it's one thing to use a shield until its durability is down and then putting it away. It's another thing to just completely not use shields.
It's just I'm nervous about the durability, because what if an enemy is able to destroy a shield in one strike?
I'm fairly certain, other than maybe bosses, they can't do that.
That's why I'm nervous. And besides, like I said, there is one instance in the game so far where my shield does break. And it's a sacred shield, too.
Hmm.
And that sucker costs 500 rupees. But it does offer good protection from fire, electricity, and curses. And not to mention the sacred shield also regenerates over time.
Hmm.
But the problem is I was fighting 3 Stalfos at once. So, yeah, kinda...
I can see where things went to hell.
So yeah, I was stuck having to buy another sacred shield. Fortunately, later on, I got a little bit more adept with using my shield. So I became a little bit more comfortable. Okay. Bye-bye. Go away, stupid thief. Picket flowers, I think they're called. Yeah, if you're not careful, they'll swallow your shield whole. And what's in here is another shop. Actually, I might need that. Alright. Now then. Now we had to head to the swamp. Fortunately, it's not the mire. It's actually a swamp. Or, as I like to call it, the Aqueduct of Doom.
Or that's essentially what it is, the Aqueduct of Doom.
Actually, no, scratch that. It's generic sewer level number 578. Considering that it is...
Yeah, the truth.
It is a sewer level. So, and this game is like, why have one when you can have 2 sewer levels? First was Hyrule Castle, now this. So, yeah. And of course, this game has a butterfly effect. What you do in the light world affects the dark world. And vice versa. So, on to our second dungeon. Wow, wow.
And on we go. Dodge the Moblin.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, a butterfly effect. Which, of course, was a big selling point of P3P. Considering that you can choose to play as either a male or female protagonist.
Yes. They originally called the girl Minako.
Obviously.
The feminine play on Minato. But I believe her unofficial name is Hamuko, or something to that effect.
That's what I named her. So, considering that we all have any other sources to confirm their canon names. Oh, Ow. Ow, stupid block. Yeah, they shoot fireballs. Okay. May want to check what's up there. You know, then again, now that I think about it, Skyward Sword's dash mechanic, it could be a reference to the Pegasus boots.
Possibly.
Could be. That would explain why we have stamina. I know you're gonna constantly complain about the stamina gauge, but they were trying something different.
Eh.
And as far as I'm concerned, it works. It's kind of weird. They wait till now to call these things levels. As it, yeah, as if the Light World dungeons were only warm-ups. No, this is the real deal.
Oh yeah.
Okay. The floodgates is open. Or rather, we just turn on the water. Ooh, I think there's a bombable wall right there. Will it give? Yeah.
Will it blend? That is the question.
I doubt rocks will blend that well, considering this game, and, well, it will just break the blender anyway.
Not a blend tech.
Well, not those, but any other blender, yeah. Okay, and here is where you get the compass, and, oh, well, you know, I got a comment on something. Hold on. So I gotta readjust the screen. Basically, we're just getting a compass in this room. Okay. Here we go. The compass! Alright, now we need to find the big key.
So where is it?
It's nearby. Oddly enough, the most popular video in our collection right now
Yeah?
is Mega Man X7 final boss battles and ending. No joke, that's actually our most popular video right now.
But that's on Moby's channel.
No, it's mine. It's on my channel.
Oh.
I know, it's weird.
No figure.
Oh yeah, well, since we don't have much to talk about in this area, talkie. They just released the English name for the new water type gym leader of Unova.
Is that so?
His name is Marlin. Obviously a play on Marlins.
Right.
Well, it fits, I suppose. He uses water types. Then again, also the poison type gym leader is named Roxy.
Huh.
But hey, it shows that Game Freak's not above using puns to name their characters. I mean, they're not beyond that at all.
They never really have been.
Well, then again, that's usually for they even named them based on even in their Japanese names they have puns as well. Well, sorta. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, Black 2 and White 2 just recently got released in Japan. And the US release is going to be on October 7th. This year.
Well,
at least you won't have to wait that long. Okay, whoop. Ow. Yeah, this dungeon's not really hard, but it annoys me. Those stupid water things that spread out of the water. And I guessed right, it is the big key! Oh, no, it's not. Oh, it's over there, that's the big key, actually. Oh, well, it's somewhere around here. Yeah, before we go any further, you need to... We gotta hit one of those crystal balls again. But yeah, the big key is around here somewhere. Yeah, careful of those turrets. They will constantly fire, well, fireballs at you. There we go. In your opinion, which is the hardest Zelda game you've ever played?
I'm gonna go with Zelda 2 for sure.
Obviously the hardest 2D game. What was the hardest 3D game? And no, Master Quest doesn't count.
I never even got to play Master Quest.
Okay, not counting Master Quest, which you never played, obviously. Which would you say is the hardest Zelda game you've ever played in the 3D games?
I know the one I died on the most was Ocarina of Time, but that was mostly because that was the first one I played. And there were some pretty stupid deaths on that one, too. Like, one time I actually drowned, like, not even a foot away from the surface of the water.
Ouch!
Yeah, I kind of rage loaded the previous save because my I do prefer that 000 on the save file.
For me, probably the hardest game in the 3D games is, well, actually, Skyward Sword's no slouch right now. A close second, that would probably have to go to. I'm gonna say Ocarina of Time as well. It doesn't help that in Zelda games, the dungeon item always makes you win the fight the fastest. I think there are only a few games that actually, subvert this. Or avert this, rather. I think a prime example is, Hookshot. No. A prime example of this would probably have to be, well, this game, actually, considering that you don't need the Moon Pearl to beat the giant Moldorm. Or the fact that in Skyward Sword, you don't need the dungeon items to beat Jerihim.
Well, mostly because that freak is... Oh. That's the secondary alarm on my cell phone.
Okay.
But you don't really... Because that freak isn't technically the dungeon guardian.
Speaking of which, the Earth Temple, which we'll get to in Part 6, eventually, it has a similar mechanic to a previous boss we fought before in the series. And coincidentally, it was from the second dungeon of said game. I'll leave it to you to figure it out with research. Unless you want to just wait and see.
I'll wait and see.
Okay. Okay. Oop. This is rupees. Okay, now that we got the hook shot, we can pretty much stun an enemy from afar. And kill off Small Fry. Yeah, may want to push this and go this way. But trust me, the second half of this part is Skeleton Forest.
Which is not fun in the slightest.
No. Recover your heart. There we go. And no, there's actually one door in the Skeleton Forest dungeon that I was never able to open.
Really?
It was a small key door. I had no idea what's in it. Okay, we got 400 rupees. That's nice. And note, part 3 is gonna have the Village of Outcasts and the Ice Palace. The Ice Palace was not fun to play through either. Hard dungeon, easy boss. Especially if you have bombos. But of course, if you were playing the game straight, you wouldn't have bombos when you fought the boss.
Hmm.
Yeah, at this point I was like, I want to check out every single room in the dungeon. I haven't checked everything out yet. I was like, who knows, maybe I'll find extra supplies. Even though technically I don't need the supplies. Then again, so far in Skyward Sword, I've opened every single treasure chest in each dungeon. Because I was...
Really now?
Yeah, because I was, well, determined. Leave no treasure chest behind.
I can get behind that mentality.
And besides, one of the chests held an empty bottle. Yeah, it's an empty bottle inside a treasure chest in a dungeon.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, we got one dungeon, one treasure chest, one empty bottle, well, from a potion shop, one from the sealed grounds. We got a third bottle from a Grad 2 Crystal side quest. Our fourth bottle from a dungeon, and our fifth bottle from a goddess chest. And of course, if we wanted to carry all 5 bottles, then we had to carry all 5 bottles as well as our shield and 2 life medals. That means no extra stuff.
Prices you pay.
All right, boss time.
Argus.
Yeah, it appeared in Majora's Mask, didn't it?
Yeah, I did, as the,
Great Bay Temple mini-boss. And I'm pretty sure a similar boss reappeared in another game. I forget what. Oh well. Dude, I'm not impressed.
Weak.
Whoa.
What the hell was that?
Well, that's the attack. Do. Woo! Okay. Now it gets angry. Okay, now let's try the spin attack strategy. Oh, I guess it's working. There we go. That went off without a hit.
Bye-bye.
And crystal number 2. Digga-doo, digga-doo, digga-doo-doo. And so we've rescued another maiden.
Yep, one of the 7 cousins.
Well, not cousins. They're actually descendants of those wise men.
Yes, but in the they consider each other cousins.
Okay. That's why he's in the only a select few knew of its location. The person who rediscovered it? Ganondorf. Haha. It's only the hero can make the most of. Yep. And of course, we'll find those eventually. You are the only one who can destroy Ganondorf. Do you think... No. Ganon, the evil king of darkness.
Yes, because in this timeline, Ganondorf successfully extracted the Triforce of Wisdom and Courage from a dead Link and a horrifically weakened Zelda.
And and thus reassembled the Triforce as a whole.
Got himself access to the True Force, became a demigod, and the Seven Sages had to seal him up in the Sacred Realm.
Of course, that was a mistake.
Just because he just turned it into a bastion of evil.
Mm-hmm. Now I remember having trouble against Ganon in this game.
Oh yeah, this is probably one of his harder incarnations.
Well, mostly due to the fact that you need the fire rod to light the lamps. Oh.
I think in the GBA version, Bombos can light lamps, but I'm not sure.
Sure. We got a shovel.
Hmm.
You never know what you'll find. Okay. Magic mirror! Magic mirror in my hand. Show me the way to save this land. Alright, it's somewhere around here. It's
one down, I believe.
It's right here.
There you go. And they immediately leave.
We're getting rid of the imposter.
Well, that's just a phantom image.
Okay. Well. Alright. Please take it. Yep, my mind is getting hazy. One last performance. And no, even though it looks like it, it's not the Ocarina of Time. It's just a regular ocarina.
Wow.
Alright.
You know, actually, if you ram into some of the freestanding trees, they will talk to you.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention, also, well, some of them will actually spew bombs at you. The ones with moving eyes will actually spam bombs at you. Okay, nothing in there. What's in here? It is a piece of heart. Okay. What's the alarm for?
If I don't wake up at 6, I'm supposed to wake up at noon.
Ah.
That's just for myself, mostly.
Uh-huh. Yep, we're on the outskirts of the village of outcasts. That's an archery minigame. And, no. Oh yeah, this is actually a digging minigame you can take, too. But, of course, we can't proceed until we get the Titan's mitts. So we gotta go in through the woods. Because luckily there is a warp point in the Kakariko village that we could use to actually, well, get to the village of outcasts and then to the skeleton forest.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let's do a minigame.
Why not?
Only 80 rupees to play. Alright, let's go. 30 seconds to dig up whatever we want. If you're lucky, you can refund yourself.
Or get a piece of heart.
Alright, there's 20 rupees, 40 rupees, 60 rupees, 65, 70, and there was the piece of heart.
There you go.
I got lucky there. I'll be waiting for you. I'm not coming back again. I already got my piece of heart. What would suck that there were 2 pieces of heart hidden in there. Alright. Of course, in order to enter the village of outcasts from this area, we need to visit the Lost Woods. Stupid red guards. do 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 do. Okay. Yep, let's play for the old man. Okay. Is this my son's flute? Did you meet my son? Yeah. You won't. Alright, there it is. And of course, doing so will actually get you something useful.
Mm-hmm.
A birdie!
Pretty bird!
And note, the Kakariko theme is no longer playing.
Lame.
Nope, it's just replaced by the overworld.
Lame.
Ah! Okay. Okay, well, going back to the village. Yeah, again, in order to enter the village of outcasts from this area, you need the Titan's Mitts normally. But you can enter the Lost Woods and, well, enter it from there. Yeah, the thing is, he doesn't give you anything else, he just gives you that one hint about the bird.
Mm.
Nice young lady of all wishing, and the hills where the river begins. I'm sure you'll like her. Already met her, old man.
Uh-huh.
Where else do you think I got this shiny new shield from? Even though, next to the mirror shield, shields are almost useless. Let's see. Yep, that's where our warp point is. Normally you need the Titan's Mitts, but you could do a runaround and go through the Lost Woods to get there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way I know of to get to the village of outcasts.
That was a nice dodge.
Eh. Oh, I think Bo just uploaded a new video. Yep. Who taught those statues how to jump? Okay. Oh wait, huh? He re-uploaded the...
Yeah, he forgot to edit part 2.
Even so... Oh, well, this may as well be a race. But then again, it probably won't be. Oh well. Anyway, the Lost Woods, where it's not so misty anymore. They use a similar effect in Twilight Princess.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you pick up the Master
Once
Sword,
the sword is pulled...
the magic's all gone. Well, the magic of the woods. But even so, you don't really get lost here.
And there are still 1 or 2 thieves lurking about.
Yeah. Just looking for treasure. And beating up anyone who's foolish enough to get in their way.
And the interesting thing is, you cannot kill the bandits.
Oi. And there's still a couple replicas of the sword. Ow. Back off. This is it, the Master Sword! No, this can't be it. Too bad. Oh well. Alright, I believe it's, this way. Here we are. And yeah, magic container. Oh, magic urn, I guess. Anyway,
Here we go.
undead Kuko. And early developed bow, I guess.
I don't know.
Here we are. My most hated dungeon in the game.
Skeleton Woods.
And more of those picket flowers. If you want people, go ahead and get some lunch and stuff. Or something.
I'm tempted to nod off for a bit.
May as well. Because this dungeon frustrates me. I literally have to go, at one point I had to actually go to the potion shop and stock up on blue medicine. And no, it's not the blue potions from Zelda 1 that you can use twice. Okay, it really annoys me that you cannot start with full health in this game. Just like in Zelda 1. And hell, in Skyward Sword, when you begin a game again, your current health carries over. So it's best to rest in a bed before you save. Fortunately, in dungeons, when you go to bird statues, you can actually warp outside. Gyptos!
Oh boy.
These things take forever and a day to kill with your sword. And somehow the hammer is effective. And no, you cannot freeze them. Immune. Go away! Oh great, close to death. Ah! Wallmaster!
Fortunately, this is the only one. This is the only dungeon in the game where they show up.
Really?
To my knowledge, at least.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. The Wallmasters. They will take you back to the beginning of a dungeon. And no, I do exhaust all my fairies here. So, bear with us, folks. Yeah, there's like 40 more minutes of this dungeon. What? Yee! You know what? I'm gonna order something for lunch. Oh, even at this day and age, Link has MSN. Yeah, I heard that. Smoky. Yeah, this dungeon is definitely the most confusing next to Misery Myers. Okay, hookshot. Wait a minute. Look at that! It was still alive! Okay. Well, fortunately, there aren't that many rooms in this dungeon. It's just, well, annoying. Considering that the only way into each of these rooms is above ground. Okay, well. You find a way to entertain the audience, I'll be right back.
Oh, this is nuts. This is not professional grade. Oh, boy.
You heard me right, no Toho.
Whatever. I wish I had something to say. This is going to be quite the quiet section. This is the Skeleton Woods. This is the one dungeon that tripped me up back when I was a rookie gamer. It's very confusing. Wall masters are everywhere. Pits are everywhere. Later on, there are switches that will cause the environment to change. All in all, this is just a really confusing as hell level.
You're telling me.
However, if you do bring the Bombos medallion with you, the boss is a chump.
Well, of course, did they really expect you to think that far ahead?
No, they didn't.
As you can tell, this dungeon is gotta be the most frustrating. Yep, if you did a big key, you might be able to open it. So, magic mirror for no reason whatsoever. Hey, if this were remade on the Wii or something, it would actually give you the option to actually have 3 items set to the D-pad and stuff.
Potentially.
But then, what would they use for the up button for? A 4th item?
Possibly.
Then again, do we really need more remakes? No. Not really. I mean, considering that we already have so many remakes of games recently.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting to the point of shovelware.
Yep, somebody pulled me away for a phone call. But yeah, essentially remakes aren't really needed. They just aren't. I mean, did you notice somebody actually put a video up about the fact that Square is actually considering a 7 remake?
No!
I know, right?
Remake 6, dang it!
What?
If you're gonna remake an oldie, remake 6, 1, or 4.
Already did 4. They already remade.
What?
They already remade 4.
Okay, 6 or 1.
Well, technically, they already sort of remade one by the re-releases, as well as Dawn of Souls.
Points. So remake 6, dang it!
And not
7 is an overhyped piece of crap and a yaoi magnet.
Which sadly I'm actually doing, but that's currently on hiatus.
The brain can only take so much of that drivel.
And for you, if you'll ask, no, I am not doing chocobo upgrading. Screw you. Wow. Even Link's like, no more. No more. No more. No more. No more Nomura!
That clown wasn't involved in this game.
Nope, I felt like making it funny anyway.
That wasn't so much a funny as a what the hell.
No, seriously, no more Nomura.
Yeah, I get it. Still kind of what the hellish.
Well, then again, would you believe Nomura actually was actually part of the development team for Final Fantasy VI?
Well, he isn't a complete troll. Back in the Super NES era, you had to be competent and not be a smart aleck.
Well, there's one thing we can be thankful for. He didn't make 13.
And
by extension, he did not make 13 too.
I will figure out who decided to make 13-2 a troll ending, and then the internet hive mind is going to invade their entire cyber life and end them. Where the hell do you get off having Caius pull a Kefka?
And winning!
Yeah, Kefka died. Vayne died. Caius walked away laughing. Of the 3 villains who actually pulled off their plans to the letter, Caius is the only one of the 3 who lived. Kefka Palazzo, Vayne Solidor, Caius Ballad. 3 names that will go down in infamy for FF fans, especially that third one.
Yeah. Which is why his voice actor, as an extra, got executed in Resident Evil 5. In case you weren't paying attention.
Wait, Caius' voice actor did the poor SOB who got his head cut off?
Yes.
Awesome.
We were like, fans of 13, this is your chance. You get to execute Caius Ballad. This is for 13 too, you son of a bitch!
Chunk!
And the fandom rejoiced.
Win.
Oh. Quake paralyzes them at least. Wah! Yeah, go away. Oh, we just entered this place, so won't need to worry about going back. Yeah, finally we're actually in a new area of this dungeon. Even so, this dungeon hurts.
It's painful.
I know. I recorded this, and even as a post-com, I'm still feeling sore. Stupid Wallmaster. But why they had to make him skeletal hands in OOT?
I have no idea.
Those things were creepy.
Pardon me.
And don't get me started on floor masters. Those were annoying. And okay. Ah! Well, that was the least productive Wallmaster ever.
Weak.
Okay. So, let's see. Where do we go from here? Okay, nothing around here. Oh, nope, nothing around here.
Nope.
Yeah, like I said, this dungeon frustrates me so much. Go away! Creepy hand of death. Well, that's only one last place to go. Eh. Well, paralyze the Gibdo. Eh. Wait, maybe bombs will work.
Why are you dropping so many bombs?
That one was a pickup. Eh. Besides, I was concerned maybe it would be effective. I think someone might drop back here. See? Of course, it regenerates the Gibdo. Immune to the hook shot. Immune to the bow and arrow. Immune to the ice rod. They're not immune to quake and bombs. Ugh, they take too long to kill. We need the fire rod. Ugh! Wow, 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 wow.
You gotta stop dying, buddy.
No, I think that was my last fairy.
Again, you got to stop dying.
I was panicked! Would you be panicked if suddenly a giant hand as well as mummies came at you from all sides?
Dude, I'm a Zelda vet. I deal with this on a daily basis when I'm playing Zelda games.
I'm talking about I talk about if this were in real life.
You can't compare the game to real life.
I'm not, but what if it were the case? Oh, that's just not cool. Oh, anti-fairy. Okay, catcher you. There we go. Big key! Finally, we get the fire rod. Alright. Please, some bombs are in order. Oh, it would have been nice if the wall master got caught in the blast.
No such luck.
No. Okay. Here we go. Push this away. And let's head outside again. Ow. You know, it's nice for you guys to drop rupees and stuff, but I would prefer if you dropped hearts.
Hmm.
Well... Oh, there's one heart at least.
There we go.
Okay. Here we go. Stupid Helmosaur. Alright. Now we're playing with fire!
Hell yeah.
Now we don't have to worry about the Gibdo. There we go. And refill our hearts as well. Okay. Wow. Now we just need to find a way to that big giant bug.
Huh.
Dun, 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 dun. those flowers. Hey, give back my bomb! Playing Skyrim.
Yep. I thought the volume was down low enough.
I can still faintly hear it. Ow! But yeah, eventually I actually do manage to go to the potion shop and get myself pretty much 3 bottles of blue medicine. Why? Because I can. Ah! Ah! There we go. Now it's only a matter of time before we get to the boss.
Mm-hmm.
There's still one door that I'm still unsure as to how to open. Of course, I didn't find any small keys anywhere.
It's possible it's one of those trick doors like the one at the end of Twilight Princess.
Eh. Burn! One shot. Wah! Well, here we go again. Screw it. Just run for it. Oi! Eventually, when I do get to the boss lair, I try to harvest rupees by trying to turn anti-fairies into regular fairies, but it doesn't work that well.
Yeah, he wastes all of his MP on magic powder.
No, not just that, but they keep transforming me.
Well, I'm not too sure that those golden circles of light that transform you are actual anti-fairies.
That's weird, because when you use magic powder, they do transform to those. But apparently only on the ones that are stationary. That could be the problem. Essentially, you pretty much gotta make your way to that big giant bug that's in the, well, I guess pretty much near where the Sacred Grove was.
Hmm.
And one more pick-me-up. It still sucks that fairies will only give you 7 hearts upon revival.
Huh.
So as such, eventually I panic and just go back to the potion shop. I mean, I get more than enough rupees. Yeah, I'm like, where else is there? Because that door still taunts me, but I'm like, screw it. Alright, here we are. Burn. Nope, nothing in these stones. Nothing in these headstones. Alright. Now, down there's a key that you need to get to the boss. But, of course, as you may have well guessed, I panic.
Yes, you are prone to panic.
Oh, great. It means I'm vulnerable to critical hits, and my defense is halved. At least I'm not in fear status.
You should try the Monty Python's flying circus game called Panic.
Well, at least I'm not. At least I'm not afflicted with fear. Otherwise, I'd be prone to run away. Oi! Another locked door. The only key left is right there. But of course, there are invisible blocks, so you can't see due to the path up ahead.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's where I get that stupid idea of trying to hunt down anti-fairies. Yeah, I'm like, this is suicide. Yep. Like, this is no way in hell this is gonna work. I'm like, how many fairies I got left? Oh, I got nothing, so I gotta use my life medicine. Now, normally I would be actually just going straight for the boss, but no. Again,
No, it's too easy. That's too easy for Adam.
oh, very funny. No, I guess I like having a challenge. Well, we got more magic now. But no, I get this crazy idea of trying to harvest fairies. So, yeah, it doesn't end well. I panic, I end up going back outside, going back to the potion shop, having to do one more run through the woods, and then going to the boss. It is just about as well as you could expect. Fortunately, when you leave the dungeon, if you're transformed, you can transform back.
Hmm. We gonna finish this dungeon today.
Don't worry, I managed to cut out at least 10 minutes of that. Although I can't say the same for Skyward Sword, I'm sorry for that.
Oh. It's a blind run, you're gonna be fumbling around.
Even so, when we did our previous take, you were kind of harsh. It's a Zelda event, and I understand
I
that.
was still on the aggression high of dealing with woman face.
Well, at least Part 5 is 100% Gruce-free. Oh, better cure all. And we barely made it. Ah. Oh, great. Yeah, you gotta kill all the enemies in here to get the final key. Okay. Now, fire rod.
Toaster!
Oh, that's my pizza, just in time. Okay. It's boss time! You tried to get me, fail. Okay. Oh, it's Mathula.
Matula. In the novelization, this is a monster-fied Gerudo. Yes, the traps in this room are going to be moving around constantly. Mothra is going to be zapping Rinkas everywhere. If you don't have Bombos or the Fire Rod, or you just don't have the magic, you're going to be in for a slog. Oh, sheesh. Sorry. And there she goes.
Alright. Well, see, I guess it did help that I got those medicines.
Hmm.
And maiden number 3. Do you know the prophecy of the Great Cataclysm? Yeah. And he alone must face the person who began the Great Cataclysm. So in short, it's all or nothing.
Yep. There are no half measures here.
You're of their bloodline, aren't you? Yes, of the Knights. Yes, I understand. Wing! And with that out of the way, we're never coming back here ever again, except to just get into the village of outcasts. So no, we're done with Skeleton Forest. We're leaving you. Apart from only a minor return visit, we're never coming back here ever again. So see you next time for the next 2 dungeons of the game.